What's up guys, D-Libs here. Today I'm going to be hitting up custom games and showing you guys my favorite rushing strategy on every ranked map in Rainbow Six Siege. They're all designed to be solo rushes so you can do them alone, but if you also have other people to play with you, then they do also work. Some of them are going to be Amaru rushes and some of them are going to be other kinds of rushes. I don't want to take up too much of your time, so this should be pretty quick, and let's get into it. Starting off with Oregon here, we're going to be heading in to first floor and going over to kitchen. Now this is obviously for when they are defending second floor and you have this hatch here. If you stand right under it, you're able to go and use your Gara hook to get right up. Most likely you're going to have someone sitting back here, so as soon as you Gara hook in, you're going to have to be ready to turn around and fight this person and win that gunfight. But if you do that, you basically have the entirety of objectives strapped down. Now we have Clubhouse, and this one is going to be an Ash rush. You're going to want to enter in from Strip Club. Now you want to hear me out. Like I said, some rushes are going to be a bit different than others. This one is not a direct entry into objective like the last one. Take control of master bedroom, and then ultimately you take control of construction. Now that you have control of construction within the first like 30 seconds of the round, you're able to make quick work and hopefully be able to take control of cash and put the defenders' backs up against the wall. Now we're moving on to Consulate, and with my experience on this new reworked map is that there is a bit of a hole with the way that the defenders defend basement. So you can go ahead and enter in anywhere on the map. I usually enter in from main entrance, and you can sprint right on over to spiral stairs, quickly take control. There's not going to be anyone holding this yet within the first 10 seconds of the round, and all of a sudden you have this whole backside of objective ready. I've used this a couple times and it really works. Like how I said, this whole backside of the objective here from spiral stairs is just a huge hole that the defenders aren't really defending to start the rounds. So you're able to get back here and you basically have this whole hallway to be able to take control, hopefully get some picks, and by this point you basically have control of the objective. Now for Bank, this is actually a Habana rush and it's one of my favorites in the game. It's super fun and really dumb. This is one of those ones that's definitely better as a squad, but it does work as a solo as long as you do go Habana or maybe some other hard breacher. But you want to go aim for this hatch back here. Normally it does get reinforced, so obviously you throw your X-Kairos on there and go ahead and destroy it, and this leads you back into Vault where there's never anybody defending. Now there's two different routes you can take when you land in here. There's option A, which is there's always a guy directly to your left over here which you can go and take out pretty quickly, or there's option B where you just sprint over here and take out the guy that's holding back elevator, which there's almost always a guy holding as well, but definitely a fun one to have. Now moving on to Kanal, and this is just an absolute classic of a rush. You want to spawn construction site and then use your Gara hook to get on in here. Let your Gara hook regen for a few seconds, and you're going to use it and go right up through this hatch here, and you're going to have control of site. Typically you're not going to have anyone on this back side of the objective right here, so you're normally pretty safe at the beginning of a round, but you gotta be careful watching your back. Sometimes you'll have someone holding this back part of green stairs, and there's always going to be some kind of a rotate or a hole in one of these walls, so you gotta be careful that no one's going to pick you off quickly. I would probably use the G8 on this objective rather than the shotgun, but you could also just run right on through the other objective and take out people as well rather than going behind you to green stairs. This one's fun because it's kind of a two-parter with the Gara hook. Now in Chalet, this rush is good to go up against second floor. You can kind of go about it a few different ways, but I would like to enter in through this barricade and just run right up through these stairs into Solarium. Nobody ever defends the Solarium push ever on this objective, and especially not in the first 15 seconds of a round. I mean, you saw how quickly I just got into the building. So now you can either directly enter into objective, which is the route that I would probably take since there's no one really normally defending this backside of the objective, or you can run into bathroom and try to take people out in piano. Normally you'll have someone holding here or maybe directly on top of the piano. Now here's another classic rush coming in here on Kafe. You want to go Amaru and spawn in on River Docks, and you're going to have a clear shot to go right into the third floor objective up here. So you just entered in. Sometimes you'll have someone holding over here, but normally not in the first few seconds of the round starting, so you can pretty much safely run into here. You'll definitely have someone up against these back walls here, and if not, there'll be someone rotating around from top of white stairs, so you got to be careful right away. But the goal is to get in and immediately get into this room so that no one can catch you off guard from over at bar or over at the new balcony. Now here's a nice little toxic Ying rush on border. Spawn in, east vehicle entrance, and then head up these stairs. You're gonna go straight over to the objective door here. Go ahead and and place your candela on there, let that thing detonate, and you're heading right on in. So now everyone in the area should be blinded. You can throw down your smokes, throw down your candelas. You kind of don't want to go far in over here so that no one can pick you off over there. And as long as there's no one that has a C4, you're able to plant right here, or if you don't have the diffuser, if you want to take a different route, you do pretty much have control over here, so you are able to take the fragging route as well if you'd rather go and try to pop some heads rather than, you know, get a plant down. And if you're doing this with the squad, bring a Monty, they can plant over here and you can just be the candela and smoke grenade kind of guy. Now on Skyscraper, go Amaru and spawn in on helipad. This one's pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to be using your Garo hook to go right into objective. Nothing too special here. This map wasn't necessarily designed for rushes, but as soon as you do Garo hook in, you have to know there's probably going to be a rotate here, so quickly make sure there's no one in front of you, make sure your right is cleared out, and then I would go and take control of this backside here. You can rotate on through, because normally they will have a hole here, and then you're able to pretty much take control of this whole backside of the objective. And like I said before, you're really able to put the defenders up against the wall with that. Now on Coastline, this one's going to be a little bit similar to the past ones. We're going to go up through a hatch. So spawn in ruins, and then you can go ahead and enter in through this barricade here. Use your Garo hook to go right up into Aqua, and you're pretty much going to be right into objective. I mean, this is about as close as you can get without being directly in objective. But right at the beginning of the round, there probably won't be anyone holding in here yet. Considering how quickly we just got in here, you're probably going to be clear to run right on in. Now make sure you're aware there's probably going to be a rotate over here, so they probably will have a long sight onto you, but I don't think they're going to be ready for it yet. So I would say the ideal approach here is you run in and you're able to quickly take control over here and kind of just chill for a minute. Not the easiest rush, but if you're able to pull it off and hold down the spot, then I mean, it's really hard for the defenders to do anything about it. Another Amaru play coming in here for a theme park. Now this is if the defenders are on initiation objective. You're going to head to this backside here and use your Garo hook to go right on into bathroom. Now likely in the first few seconds of a round, there's not going to be anyone holding here, so you should just be able to go and take control of objective. There's a good chance they're still setting up. This is a pretty hefty objective to set up, so you could catch them off guard if you quickly transition in from your hook into objective. And another thing about this is no one ever expects anyone to push in from this backside here. Bathroom is sort of really irrelevant here on this objective, so that adds another level of security to it where they're probably really not expecting that. Now on Villa, this rush, you're actually going to use Sophia, which is a little bit different, and it's for if they're defending trophy or statuary. So you're going to enter down here and use your breach to get through here, and you're going to enter in through basement, which I know is super weird, but they're not going to hear you enter into the building whatsoever. Now you are a big body with Sophia, but you're able to enter in so quickly that it won't even matter. Now once you get control of Astro, there's probably going to be someone holding this back desk or on top of the rotate, but otherwise you could also clear out bathroom as well as master bedroom to help your teammates get a little bit of easier access into these rooms. If you're able to quickly get a kill from rotate, I would say to, use the rotate, quickly get in there, because you literally have direct access into the objective at that point. Now on Outback, we have another Amaru rush. You can enter straight in through bathroom here, and you're going to actually have this back hatch. And if you vault up here and angle it the right way, yeah, you're able to get on up here. This is obviously if you are going against the laundry objective. So this gives you a super strong point to hold. I would say avoid going down the long hallway. I would say just run right on in through showers. There's almost always going to be someone holding these showers here, especially early on in the round, so you're able to take them out quickly. And then I would say if the opportunity presents itself, just to take control of laundry. Now I feel like Emerald Plains is one of those maps that actually has way too many opportunities for rushes. Like such a big map with so many different, spots you could enter in from. So use your Garo hook, you can go ahead and enter through this barricade back here. As you probably know, this room is like pretty much the highest volume spot on the entire map, where there's going to be a lot of rotations, a lot of gunfights are going to be taken here. Now you can do this one of two ways, and obviously this is a rush against the objective that's in here. You can either take the long way and rush in through this backside here, kind of get them off guard because no one ever really defends this backside, or you can take control of the front side and just run right in. I would say this is much more risky. Now on Nighthaven Labs here, I have noticed a bit of a discrepancy with how defenders defend second floor. So our rush is going to commence from the backside of the objective here, sort of the top of back stairs. and you're literally just gonna run right on through here into objective. So the discrepancy I see is that everyone prepares for the attackers to come in from either point A or point B, or sometimes even point C, you know what I mean? And so much so that no one ever holds this objective here. So a lot of the times you're going to be able to just walk right in here and not even worry about having to get a kill in here. You just have a easy access into objective, and hopefully be able to get some easy picks off from anyone who is holding the other objective. Now the grand finale here is Lair. The issue is that Lair was kind of designed against rushes, to be honest. I would say the only viable real rush here is if you spawn in gate and then you have really quick access to an Amaru barricade right here where you're able to just run right on in, and obviously you have a little bit of running here through the hallways, but you're able to take objective pretty quickly. And the reason why I say it's pretty much the only viable one is because if you're taking too much time, you're allowing the defenders to set up, and with that particular spawn point and where that barricade is placed, you're able to get into objective quickly and not give them any time, because otherwise you're going to be taking forever to try to get in here, and by that point it's hardly even a rush anymore. So you have to take things a little bit differently when it comes to the big maps. So that will do it. Thank you guys all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and press the playlist that's on screen now for more Rainbow Six Siege tips and tricks, map callouts, site setups, spawn peaks, pretty much anything imaginable to get better at Rainbow Six Siege. I probably have a video on it, but besides for that, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.